Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to dive into something that's been on a lot of our minds lately, this whole idea of coaching. And more specifically, can character
Mhm.
actually be coached?
Hmm. Interesting question, right?
Is it something you could even learn?
Yeah.
Or are you just stuck with what you got?
Hmm.
We're going to try to unpack that today.
Yeah, definitely.
And to help us do that, we've got a really interesting mix of stuff to dig into.
We do.
We've got some testimonials about this book, coachability and the tricycle effect.
Right.
And then we're going to weave in some insights from leadership expert John Maxwell.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, yeah, let's see what we find, huh?
I'm excited to jump in.
Okay, so first up, these testimonials. You flagged a few that really caught your eye.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple things stood out to me.
What was it that you noticed?
It was interesting to me how many people were saying this book, Coachability, was helpful in areas beyond just, like typical coaching scenarios.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Some folks mentioned using the ideas for like personal growth or even in their families, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
One person even talked about how it changed their whole perspective on leading their team at work.
Wow. Okay, so it's branching out beyond just the coaching world
Exactly.
and tapping into like a broader need or something.
Yeah, seems like, it makes you wonder if people are looking for something more than just like external achievements. Maybe there's a desire for like inner strength, or integrity, something
Yeah,
a bit deeper.
absolutely. And speaking of character, I noticed several testimonials really emphasize that, like character being key. Did you get that sense too?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It came up again and again.
It's like they're saying you could have all the skills in the world, but if your character's not there, forget it.
Yeah, and that actually aligns with a bigger trend I'm seeing in like leadership thinking these days.
Yeah.
It's not all about just skills anymore, is it?
Right, right,
Like trust, ethics, long-term impact, those qualities are becoming so essential and they all come down to character,
right,
right?
totally. It's like those old school leadership books that were all about like tactics and stuff.
Yeah,
Those are becoming like irrelevant
for
almost
sure.
because it's like who you are as a person really matters now.
hmm
Okay, what else stood out to you about the testimonials?
I thought it was really interesting how many people commented on the style of the book. They were saying it was really engaging and easy to read, which isn't always the case with these kinds of
Oh,
books.
really?
Yeah, a lot of them mentioned that they were drawn to like the stories and the real life examples instead of just, being bogged down with all this dry theory.
Right, right, right.
One person even specifically said they loved how much it focused on like practical stuff you could actually apply.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's not just like a theoretical book. It's like
No, it's meant to be useful.
it's meant to be put into practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting, and it kind of makes you wonder, maybe character isn't just this fixed thing you're born with. What if it's something that you can actually develop and nurture?
That's a really interesting question. Maybe it's not just about who you are, but what you do, like your choices and actions. Those could shape your character over time.
Hmm. Okay, now that is a thought-provoking idea. And it leads us perfectly to John Maxwell's perspective, which we're going to get into in just a bit.
Right.
So we've got these testimonials, right, praising coachability and this whole emphasis on character. But you also flagged this John Maxwell post. You said it really resonated with you, particularly that phrase, character above all.
It really struck me. Maxwell's been a big name in leadership for like forever, but this felt different.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
It's like he's saying, even with all the skills and strategies in the world, it's your character that really limits you in the end.
It's like that ceiling everyone's trying to break through, but maybe it's not about skills. You also highlighted where he says people can't climb beyond the limitations of their character. What'd you make of that, especially in the context of leadership?
I think it shows how our view of good leadership is changing. It's not enough to just get results anymore.
Right.
There's this growing awareness that a leader's character, like their integrity, empathy, resilience, that stuff directly impacts everyone around them. It's like that saying, who you are shouts so loudly I can't hear what you're saying.
Right. Like actions speak louder than words, basically.
Exactly.
And remember how you underlined that part where Maxwell compares character to the foundation of leadership?
Yeah, that was powerful.
And get this, in the updated version of his book, Developing the Leader Within You, he actually changed the chapter title. It used to be called Integrity, the most important ingredient of leadership. But now it's character, the foundation of leadership.
Wow, really? That's a small change, but it's significant, don't you think? It's like he's saying character isn't just one ingredient among many. It's the base everything else is built on.
It makes you wonder what shifted in his thinking, right? Like he found a missing piece or something.
And remember, this is John Maxwell we're talking about.
Right.
This is someone who's dedicated his life to understanding leadership. So for him to make that shift from ingredient to foundation, it feels big.
It really does. So we've got these testimonials praising coachability, right, with its emphasis on character. And now John Maxwell, this huge name in leadership, saying character is the foundation. It feels like those ideas are kind of coming together, don't you think?
They really are, but it does raise the question, how do we reconcile this idea of character being so fundamental with the concept of coachability? If character is so foundational, can it even be coached? Or are we just stuck with what we've got?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can you actually coach character? I mean, it's tempting to think, hey, you are who you are, right? Like, it's just, you're born with it.
It's definitely a common way to think about it. But
Yeah.
the book Coachability and the Tricycle Effect, it actually offers a different perspective.
Okay, yeah. It keeps mentioning this tricycle effect, but I'm still a little fuzzy on how that metaphor works.
Right.
Could you break that down for me?
Sure, yeah. So picture a tricycle, the kind with the big wheel in the front.
Yep.
That front wheel, the one that steers everything, that represents your character skills.
Okay.
So think about it like this. Those qualities that we typically associate with character, like integrity, resilience, empathy, the book is saying those aren't things you just either have or don't have. They're more like muscles.
Okay.
Things you can develop with practice, with effort. You can actually strengthen them.
So it's not just about, like, who you are, but what you do, the choices you make.
Exactly. It's those daily actions that really shape your character over time.
Interesting. And that's where the whole skills idea comes in, right?
Exactly. It's not just some innate quality.
Because if it's a skill, that means you can learn it, you can get better at it.
You can be coached on it. Exactly. It's like learning a new language or a musical instrument.
Yeah.
It takes time and effort, but you can improve.
It's not like, becoming a saint overnight.
Right. It's a process.
It's recognizing that we actually have some control over it.
Yeah.
We can shape our own character.
We have more influence than we might think. Yeah.
That's pretty empowering when you think about it.
Yeah.
Earlier, you mentioned how much you appreciated the book's focus on practical application. Remember that?
Yeah, definitely.
So do you see a connection there between that and this whole tricycle effect idea?
Totally. The tricycle effect isn't just some abstract idea.
Right.
It actually gives you a framework to understand how those character skills work in your actual life.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, it connects back to that emphasis on like practical steps you can take.
So it's not just theory. It's like,
Yeah.
here's how you actually do this.
Yeah, it's about application.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So, okay, let's say we run with this idea. Let's say character skills are coachable. What does that mean for us, not just as individuals, but maybe in our workplaces and our relationships? Like, what could that look like?
It's huge when you really think about it. It means we can approach all those tricky situations, those ethical dilemmas, those relationship challenges from a whole new perspective.
Instead of just being like, ugh, they just don't have any character.
Right. It's not a fixed trait. We can actually work on those skills, Imagine the impact that could have on team dynamics, on leadership, even company culture, if everyone's committed to strengthening your character skills.
That's really interesting. It's like, instead of just complaining about a lack of character, we can actually do something about it.
Exactly. It's a proactive approach.
We can build it. We can nurture it. Okay, wow. We've covered a lot of ground here, haven't we? From those personal stories in the testimonials to John Maxwell's perspective, and now this whole tricycle effect, it all comes back to this idea that character, it's not set in stone, it's something that we can work on.
And that's encouraging.
It really is
It
encouraging.
means we can always keep learning and growing.
Absolutely. So as you go about your day-to-day, here's something to think about. If you could choose one character skill, that front wheel in your tricycle, to focus on just one, what would it be? And what's one small step you could take today, right now, to start working on that skill? Think about it. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everyone.